Hello and welcome, it's Debs here, and as always it's great to have you with me. So there was a question on one of the last videos that I made on YouTube asking, how do I help others reach a higher level of consciousness and turn away from things that are bothering them? So I thought, as always with these questions, I would make a little video sharing what I see around that, because it is a great question. When we see something and our lives are changed, we immediately want to help the people around us, the people that we love, to see the same thing, to see what we've seen. And certainly we learn and grow when we share things. Sharing things is a great way to embed something in ourselves, help us see it more deeply and help other people. But a word of caution here, make sure that you are invited to share. There's nothing worse than having someone push something onto you that you are not interested in and that you don't want to hear. So take it from someone who has been there and made that mistake big time. Show, don't tell. So let me explain what I mean by show, don't tell. There is a reason that Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see in the world. Because the best way that we can help other people is by living what it is we're talking about and doing the thing that we want someone else to do ourselves first, by going there first. Because even when you are invited to share, the whole do what I say, not do what I do, can come across sounding quite hollow and inauthentic. We connect with people that we feel have been there and done that and understand us. They've been where we are, or some version of where they are, so they understand what it feels like, and we see that they have done the work and moved to where we want to be. So when we have that desire to be there, it's easy to listen to someone sharing in that way. I mean, how often do you see people sharing really deep and meaningful things on Facebook, and perhaps if it's someone you know a little bit, you know that they don't live that, you know that they don't understand what it is they're sharing. I remember way back when I was first on this journey, I overheard somebody say something about me. They said that I was very good at talking the talk but not very good at walking the walk. And when I heard that, it brought me up short inside, but it did get me to a place where I made a pact with myself to learn to walk my talk. And learning to walk the walk had me working out how I take my mind away from things that I don't want to think about, and kind of seeing, if I am saying this to someone else, can I do it first? Like when I feel like I want more love, can I love myself? Can I give myself more love? When I want to change my mind, when I want to think something different, can I do that at will? Can I do this? Very often it's really easy to see someone who's lost in a downward spiral of thought, and know that if they were to think differently, this would completely change for them. But then looking, when you're in that place, can you do this? Is it possible to actually do that? So just today, I did something that upset someone very close to me. It was an accident. I didn't do it on purpose, and I apologised. But I was really upset and annoyed with myself that I'd done what I'd done. I felt awful. One of those moments when you do something and then, a minute later you could kind of think, oh my gosh, if I could just rewind that, I wouldn't do that. What? And then, your head starts to say you're stupid and all sorts of things, goes off on one. But every day I teach people that it's always available to feel peaceful. That the very fact that you can feel the way that you're doing, the very fact that I could feel upset and hurt myself, that I had hurt someone that I loved, showed me that I wouldn't be able to create that if I wasn't working perfectly. That could not arise in my life. That couldn't happen. So I know there's nothing wrong with me. And I know, like if we go to use that as an analogy and see the sun, no matter how dark it gets, no matter what it's like, the sun is always there. Because if the sun stopped shining, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't you wouldn't be watching this video. So I also know, no matter how bad I feel, the ability to feel okay in this situation is always there, because if it wasn't, I wouldn't be able to feel what I was feeling. So I wanted to play with that. I wanted to play with walking my talk here. I teach that our feelings aren't telling us that, you know, everything in me was saying I was a bad person. I teach that that isn't true. And it's not, what it's telling me about is the quality of my thinking, and that it's not helpful to keep going in that direction. So I'm here walking my talk. I'm not allowing my mind to follow that train of thought all the way down a long, painful rabbit hole. I'm truly sorry for what I did, but I am going to look upwards, not downwards. It won't help or change anything to wallow in the self-pity that I was being really invited to wallow in. And that feels horrible. I don't want to feel like that, and I don't want to stay there. And actually now here sharing this with you, in a funny way, I'm actually grateful for what happened, because it's given me another opportunity to move my attention to where I would like it to be, not where it wants to go if it was left alone, and to see that that is possible, and to see that once I awaken that in myself, which I have done, I've done this a lot, and I've awakened that ability in myself. And what I see is pretty much straight away, as soon as I started to go down the one rabbit hole of, you know, feeling bad towards myself and trying to punish myself and going into that direction, immediately available was also like this question: do you want to go there? Do you know what's going on? And do you want to go there? And I knew straight away it wasn't where I wanted to go, because the thing, I've also seen that our minds open in that way as soon as we stop believing that it's not possible to change that. You know, I've done this thing and there's nothing else available. I've got to feel bad about myself, and that's true, and that's how it is, and whatever. I don't believe that. I know that there's an okayness underpinning this, and just knowing that brings light to the situation. It's something is already changing and shifting in me, just knowing that. So the biggest thing that I would share with you, if you want to share this with someone else, whether that is in a capacity, like I do in a paid capacity, I share this with people, I have clients, I help people out in that way, or whether you just hear something and you can see that a family member, someone else is struggling with something, the biggest thing that I would share here is to bring it back to you. That's the words that I would use. And you see where you struggle in that way in your life, and you see within yourself that it's possible for you to change. Because once you begin to see possibility, you ooze that possibility. You are in the vibration, you are in the energy of that possibility, and other people will feel that from you. So even when you're showing up with clients, it's a really good idea to know what is possible for them, to show up in an energy of knowing what is possible, and not, doing this and practicing and walking your talk with this, so that nothing, whatever anybody shows up with, you always know that beneath that the sun is shining, there is something more. So I hope there's been something helpful in that answer, in that video for today. And I'm actually doing, from the 27th to the 30th of March, I'm actually doing a fun and free 5-day problem solving challenge, where we're going to be diving a little bit deeper into this and playing around with it, and having some experiences of this. I would absolutely love you to join me on that 5-day challenge. I'm going to drop the link below this video for that, so that you can sign up if you want to join in. And if you've got any questions, comments, questions, drop them below this video. And as always, there'll be some other information here, how you can find out more about me, how you can work with me. So have a great day, and I will see you somewhere soon. Take care. Lots of love. Bye for now.